Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Syken and today we are continuing the World of Warcraft Hardcore series with our hunter Syken Shoots. It is time for us to explore the lands of Azeroth a little bit further. Today on our menu we are going for a nice little jog in Tenaris, the deserty region. And what better place to start than in the wastewater compound with quite a few baddies. We are dishing out wastewater justice. So we have quite a few quests here. Just want to give an overview. For starters, we're doing the wastewater quests here. That is not only collecting. Go in, dude. Okay, whatever. We're going to get the evade mob in a second. Anyway, so it's not only the wastewater pouches that we're collecting, but also quite a few of the assassins that we need to kill. Come on, don't you dare resetting. These mobs are bound to a specific place. The guy, for instance, is trapped in there, so he's evading if you're ranged attacking him. Not the best target for us to go for. Tensa, could you please go in there? Okay, apparently not, which means we're actually resetting. Anyway, so we have a lot to do here just by killing all of these guys. Once we're done with that, there are pirates down here. This year will actually take 2 iterations, then there are pirates down there. And there are plenty of quests in Zul'Farrak. But we're barely level 44, so Zul'Farrak is more of a pipe dream at this point. I want to get like one more level, one more solid level, and then we can think about Zul'Farrak. Good. Our idea is to just grind these guys down. And what to watch out for here in particular would be the Shadowcasters. Like, those Shadow Mages are nasty. They're dealing a lot of damage. And speaking about which, I think what we can do is we can train Shadow Resistance number 3, which gives us a whooping 90 resistance on Tensa. That's a really good amount, because any form of fear, Shadow Bolt, curses and so on, all of those are negatable by Shadow Resistance. So I tend to prioritize that a bit. Tends to be like a good investment of your training points. We're not level 46 or whatever anyways, which would be the next level to get more stamina. Might as well get those resistances up. And resistances are a funny thing, because you could be under the impression that a little bit of resistances against everything is a good way to go, but it's actually a waste of points, because you want to specialize in resistances. It's just the way that the resistances work. I've used nature resistance because that's root and a couple of other nasty things. specifically like druidic mobs and even druidic hunter fear, sorry, would fall under nature. The rest, shadow, is fear, death coils, shadow bolts, curses, because my experience is that there are a lot of warlocks, and there are very, very few mage type enemies that are really a problem. Typically they cast a couple of fireballs and a couple of like frost bolts, and then that is that. But the idea is you can oftentimes just stun them, or you just bum rush them down and then they are dying. So I never really felt that that was the biggest threat. Warlocks on the other end, come with a pet, so inherently warlock NPCs are stronger than mage NPCs. Like, that's not even a debate. Then shadow covers a lot of things, including curses and CC. Fear in particular is nasty because you can pull other enemies, whilst if, say, for instance, Tensa was sheep, then yeah, no big deal. I still will use my gun to shoot down the mage. Like, that's not really affecting us that much. But if Tensa gets feared into a full set of other enemies, then all of a sudden this becomes like a real problem. There are assassins around here, so just gotta make sure that we're stealth enemies. Just gotta make sure that we do have that under control. Unfortunately, from here on, things are not looking that good for the quest stage that we're currently on. However, I just found the Caliph. Okay, we're nicely eating up and stat food, because this is a triple pull. Doesn't look like one, but it is. And Tensa gets full hit points as well. We're putting a trap down. There you go. Tensa keeps the aggro. We're going for the Caliph first. Good, keeping Tensa a bit alive now. For now it's more about stabilization, because the biggest damage dealer is already gone. You know what? I'll just waste my further mana in keeping Tensa alive. No need to get him down. That's a level 46 quest, and not an easy one, if I may ask. If I may add. This triplet is typically difficult, but we are a hunter, and with full resources, we made it without even losing Tensa in the process. Good. I'm actually proud about this pull. Cool, let me get the rest. Fast forward for you. Alright, so let's get going. We're back. Round number 2 for our wastewater clearing. We handed in the quest, got level 44. We're now 4 into marksman, and actually kind of mid 40s, which is a good achievement. So now it's a matter of just keeping up the pace, and yeah, going hopefully for a little bit more endgame dungeons I saw, and I was really heartbroken by that. I saw a Maraudon princess run, and that is the one dungeon that I really would want to do with a hunter, because there is a, funnily enough, a little, what's it called, goblin, and said goblin does have a gun. It drops very often. It was never any good for most of my characters, and I hated it when I played the healer, because the same goblin also has kind of a mana regeneration shield, which for shamans and paladins could be considered pre-biz, so to speak, and it never drops. Like, it is very rare, 16%, but the real drop rate seems to be much lower than that, at least anecdotally, from my point of view. Yeah, so anyways, gun, de facto difficult to get. Oh, this guy has execute, not good. We want to get a little bit higher with the health, because these wastewater assassins do have execute, and that also means low hit point tensor will take a lot of damage. Okay, so long story short, I am hoping that we would get a massive amount of DPS increase by just using this gun. I think it's 27, and our current gun is like, what, 19, so it's 1.5 times as much. Put a great scope on top of it, and you're basically good to go for a long period of time until 60, and there I already do have the gun of my choice, luckily. So yeah, Maraudon. Anyways, it's difficult enough to find a group nowadays. Maraudon was on the menu earlier today, and I was like 43, so even on the very favorable perception of my abilities, both as a player and with the hunter, that wouldn't have worked. Pretty sure people would have not been that happy if I showed up and rolled into a Maraudon run with 43. Like, what's up? I'm just here to grab the ring and the gun, if you don't mind. The gun is 48, so yeah, I wouldn't have even been able to equip it right away. It's more about not getting into that run, which was annoying. But maybe there is going to be a run a little bit later. See, someone is looking for DPS for full Scarlet Monastery run. 44, unfortunately, a little bit too high. It seems that this run here is a bit cursed in terms of never having the right character level when a certain dungeon is being offered. That's a bit of a theme, I would say, in this run. It's okay. It happens. It happens. We're going to, even if I had to solo content until 60, that would still be fine. The gun that we're having is not great. I would potentially need to buy a new weapon. But there's also the chance that something drops. I checked the auction house at the moment, as you can imagine, quite empty. So we will need to find it ourselves, or find someone who just happens to have a gun. Or I would actually take a bow as well. Doesn't matter to me. Good. Our current quest, not a kill quest, rogues, assassins, and shadow mages. The shadow mages in particular are not a lot of fun, but I think we're doing reasonably well. And to be fair, the Shadow Mages with this class are potentially the least problem that I had with any class, because Tensor has 90 Shadow Resist and will be able to like tank a couple of Shadow Bolts, at least partially resist them and not take the full damage. And yeah, I mean, you can see even level mobs, okay, and we're still killing them in, say, 20-ish seconds. Is it as fast as it used to be? No, because the gun just isn't keeping up with the leveling speed. But that's the same as in the mid-40s playing kind of a warrior with a whirlwind axe and realizing, you know what, it had its glory days, but it's a bit past prime for the weapon. Okay, two of these guys are nasty. That's why I'm pulling a couple of cooldowns. And there's even another one and another one. Okay, well that's just lovely. Tensa, I'm so sorry, man. I am so sorry. But yeah, we killed both of the Shadow Assassins, the Shadow Casters. Luckily for us, I can, with relative ease, reset it. There you go. We're eating and drinking up, and then we're giving it a go again. Yeah, I could have just pulled them back. Instead, I decided to move in. Potentially not the most brilliant idea in terms of safety. But we would have been fine against two of the Shadowcasters, and that really means a lot, because these guys are nuking super hard. I can tell you, if I would have pulled two of the Shadowcasters, like they are level 44, and with any other 44 character, that potentially would have not gone so well. Because warriors couldn't retaliate them, rogues maybe with a blade flurry, but even then the casts are coming through. Kick here and there would reduce the DPS that the rogue would do. Mage, yes, you could cheat, but you still have two Voidwalkers on you that are dealing quite a bit of damage. So yeah, I think, to be fair, Hunter would have been the best bet in this scenario. Look at that, not even a single cast. Goes in and just decimates the Shadowcaster. Good, we're going to take patrols first. And I think after this one we're just going to fast forward because I'm almost done. I want to show you other quests as well. Alright, time to trade in. We're not getting the group quests yet because we don't have, frankly, a Zul'Farrak group lined up. Yeah, lots of little stuff that we're getting. And now it's time to visit the pirates, because that's the next thing we want to do. That's a little bit too high. This is likely also too high. We could also do the water, Getchestan water survey, which is nice. to have. Getting a new costume, a festival costume, and then this red elf here will go on to murder quite a few Southie parrots. There are a few quests that we need to do here. So for starters, there's a kill quest, number 1. Then there is kind of a collection quest, Southie Pirate Heads, which is on top of it. Then there is Andre Firebeard, which is yet another quest. And then there should be the stolen goods, the stolen shipment. So 4 quests in this small area alone. Realistically, that should get us to 44.5, at which point both Feralis and Tenaris are sort of quested for now. So Hinterlands is opening up, but that'll take some more time, which means I would rather do the couple of quests here. Bloodsail Captains, Sensiel, Voodoo Dews. There is another elite quest here with Mind's Eye. The Captain's Chest we can do, and if we hit 45, then we can also do the Mogolar quest, Message in a Bottle. So there's quite a bit of Stranglethorn stuff still left for us. Damn, I need to hand in stuff in Dalaran, that's for sure. It's a lot of stored up experience. So when it comes to Hinterlands, right, 45, 45, 48, there are a couple of quests, and there's like a level 50 quest for the shore. But before we do all of that, I would rather do the Stranglethorn stuff to get Cornelius' Riddle, progress that a little bit further. There is also like the Seafurium booster that we get here and the follow-up from Cornelius' Riddle, so that would be a 2-for-1 that we could get in Duskbowl Marsh as well, and then afterwards we could go to the Hinterlands. I'd rather go there prepared, to be entirely honest. The one thing that I haven't done yet is the Screecher's Spirits. I should have gotten that a bit earlier, because that's a quest line with a lot of follow-ups. Oh, come on, I'm just explaining the quest routes. Behave, pirate. So yeah, Screecher Spirits, that really has a lot of follow-ups. So we need to go to Feralis multiple times. But yeah, we will have a second round in Feralis nonetheless, just not now, more kind of around the end 40s when we do have time. I would love to get the Zul'Farrak run in, because that would give us the necessary XP that we're missing at the moment. But yeah, if it would be solo questing, then it is Stranglethorn next into likely bit of Swamp of Sorrows, Duskbowl Marsh, and then Hinterlands, because in Hinterlands we would have enough quests. And I know that the Screecher Spirits, by the way, also do have a Hinterlands part, so I'm actually somewhat tempted to just do them next. Fly back and forth, just do them, and ignore the fact that it takes a while. Because I know that it's such a long quest chain, but it is such a good quest chain, and it opens up a few quests in the Hinterlands as well. And I can't really assume that we're going to do Zul'Farrak. This is more a pipe dream. If people are ready, then great. If not, then it's just not happening. And by now I've just given up on assuming that we're doing dungeons. I'm just doing whatever is available. Alright, focusing a bit at the task at hand here. We need to loot all of these guys because of their hats. So that's a good start. Got one more here. And technically it's free game, we can kill whatever we want. I'm just going in normally, assuming as if I would be all alone here, which I know I'm not. And just get the shipment first, kill Andre Firebeard, because he's oftentimes pulled when someone is doing AoE pulls. And then the idea is to kill the rest, just the kill quest, as well as the heads. They just come naturally. We can run around and just kill whatever it is running around. Yeah, level 45 would be good. Then Strangathorn might be a 46. And at that point, Hinterlands should give us enough maybe for 47, but that still leaves us short of a level before I would want to come back. Wouldn't want to immediately come back. So that one level bridge could be Zul'Farrak, because that's just a great dungeon when it comes to quest XP. Isn't a great dungeon to be rerun like 15 times, but it's a really good dungeon for quest experience. Some guy is looking for an Uldaman group. Which could be another dungeon that we're doing. At this point I'm not that picky. It's just I don't want to go around half of the world looking for a dungeon when it's not happening. I had these experiences in the past. Unfortunately, not everybody is reliable. Then you're like building up a team for half an hour, and then people, for whatever reason, say, you know what, it's late, blah, 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 blah. And I can understand that. It's just the dungeoneering time on a, or the dungeon finding time on an empty-ish server. It's just so much more brutal than on a populated server. I could also not complain and just build up a group myself. Might as well going to be doing that. I've done it a lot in the past. I've also tried to do it on this playthrough. I vividly remember trying to get like a Deadmines group together, and then I was really trying to write every single online person in that level range, whether or not they'd be interested. And I think it received an A for effort, because I really tried hard. But at the end, if you're short a tank and your thought process is maybe a warlock pet and a hunter pet can substitute the tank, then it's better to not go into the dungeon. It's really that simple. Okay, so our plan is this building, and we're going to murder whatever is standing in our way. Andre Firebeard could be a start for that. Do we have cooldowns? We have a couple, so might as well. There we go. We're going with rapid shots. Nice little multi-shot to soften them up. And yeah, Andre is down. That's good. Now it's more cleanup time and eventual healing. Hopefully we're not getting another ad. Okay, so that's one quest already done. Friendly rogue is helping us here. Let's move in and get these guys. Tensa in his element. Multipulse is the name of the game. This house is infamous for multipulse. I remember trying to crack that nut with my shaman. A little bit lower level than we were. Oh, and I hated every second of it. Second quest objective is in there, which is the stolen goods that we're now going to retrieve. Biggest challenge of that house going to be a triplet pull. That is going to come up, but it's a few doubles first. It's actually only just one double, and the next ones are the next one is a triple. Okay, listen, we're going to get stat food up and full mana, and frankly just waiting for a bit of cooldowns. Place this here down. And there we go. We're healing early. I don't want any shenanigans to happen. I remember this pull was absolute cancer with my shaman. I ended up like kiting them with Earthbind and then Chain Lightning. Okay, I think that was it, unless I'm mistaken. I think the top part was cleared and empty. Yeah, we're just getting the shipments, and then the rest is kill quest plus the collection quest of the hats, which every single one of them could have. So it's me just grinding down the next potential 20 minutes. So that's, I think, the best way to do that is fast forward for you guys. All right, after a long fight, we are finally done. We killed plenty of pirates, enough for this playthrough, for sure. Got ourselves grinded up to 34%. levels really start taking a longer time now. But that's the nature of it, isn't it? We are still in the process of finding that Uldaman group, which I don't think will materialize, if you want my honest opinion about it. So we're just trading in, and I think the next step would be to do the Screecher quest line. And after Screechers, this one is neat, but I need neither of it.
Be good. Have a good one.
Hey there. See you around. See you later.
After the Screechers, we have a few quests to trade in Booty Bay as well, so that'll give us another XP boost. Nothing like crazy, but we're doing alright, I would say, for ourselves. Just looking at the XP after everything is said and done is kind of around the 50% mark as I would have predicted it. There's still the Gejezan Water Survey that we can do. I might as well do that off screen, then we're riding back and we'll do the Screechers. It's a bit of back and forth flying because there might be even that follow-up quest. I'll do it until the quest gets too high level, and then it's really as indicated. I think Strangathorn offers a couple of good quests to at least get level 45, as well as a couple of trade-ins. We already got 2 trade-ins here, and we need to just do a few trade-ins here and there. That's all good. All right. For that, we have reached the end of today's episode. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it, and see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.